Hello YouTubers, I am Angela Logan and this is Everyday Shenanigans, Monday, November 4th, 2019. Welcome. Warm greetings from the High 10. Thank you, new subscribers, new friends, associates, acquaintances, commenters. Thank you for giving the Queen just a little bit of your time. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. This is part 2 of the connection. I dropped off in the last video talking about the connection between Mr. McKinney and Mr. Stallworth. Is there a connection between the two? Do they know of each other? Do all parties involved know each other? Do the parents know Mr. Patrick Stallworth and Derica Brown? We're getting ready to go here. There is some information that came through social media about a Miss Crystal Washington who says that, before I go into that, let me say, Mr. Stallworth does not have any major crimes, felonies against him pertaining to rape, child molestation, pedophilia, this and that, any type of sexual assault with children, grown-ups, at all. Lived in Pensacola, Florida, nothing on record. State of Alabama, nothing. Birmingham, nothing. Just a minor weed charge in 2004, and he had a charge of a felony marijuana charge in, 2013? That was dismissed. So Mr. Stallworth has nothing pertaining to children of a sexual nature. So let's keep that in mind. Some of you believe he is guilty. You're entitled to your opinion. Yes, he does look guilty in this case due to the fact that there was child pornography on his phone, which he was arrested originally for that. 7 counts when he was in connection to the abduction of Miss McKinney, and now he has been formally charged with capital murder, he and Miss Derica Brown. But I want to bring to you an issue with a Crystal Washington who says at one time, I do not know the date, but this has been claimed on Facebook, seen the post she made stating that Mr. Stallworth attempted to take her nephew out of her arm at a store parking lot, gas station, and he was trying to bribe her with goods. He would buy something for her and the child. She basically told him to get on. I believe he was driving a work truck at the time, which I thought that was odd. Why would a person drive a truck in a public place knowing there's cameras to try to take a child from a person in public? Very odd, very strange. So, why is this coming about at the time that this child has been abducted and now murdered? Did she call the police at the time? Did she file a complaint? That is interesting. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe someone who knows her, or she'll let us know that she filed a complaint that this man tried to take her nephew. Because if you did not file a complaint, it will seem very odd and suspicious at the time to bring that up, and no formal report was filed for an alleged kidnapping by Mr. Stallworth. So is that allegation true or not? I do not know. Okay, as I said, speculation is running amok that Mr. McKinney and Miss April knows Mr. Patrick and Miss Derica Brown, a.k.a., well, government name is Quintessa Jackson. I will mention both names just in case there's people that don't know her by the either name. Excuse me. Okay. Who knows whom in this situation? Because that is running amok that these people know each other. Know that what I'm about to repeat to you is idle speculation, gossip, take it as you will. But people are chiming in. People are asking me questions about these said situations. I can't keep running in the comments trying to explain to different random people about these comments because it gets winded. So I'm going to go on and bring these allegations out because I can't do it every day when you people comment, trying to explain to new people who just joined in, don't know anything about the story, and then they hear the allegations and the stories and they're thinking, well, what does it have to do with the child? And they don't understand because they haven't followed through. They didn't go to Facebook to see the post and the gossip and the this and that allegations. So people start commenting in the comment section, and now people who just joined on are confused, and even some people who've been following the story, they are confused at the new stories because they don't know what to believe. Nobody knows what to believe because we haven't got any information from the mother as far as the timeline of the crime. The police refused to give a timeline. So here we are with the assumptions, speculations, and I'm bringing them to you, and then we're going to be done with it once I'm done with this, baby, okay? Because this is, I'm 2 minutes from going cuckoo myself. Okay, here we go. Does the mother know Patrick? April Thomas, do you know Mr. Stallworth? Did you date him? Did you two mess around, have a fling? What's going on? Because they're speculating that you know each other. They're speculating that Mr. Patrick Starworth babysat for April. He and Derica Brown babysat Cupcake. And I don't know where that's coming from. But that is the full 1 and 1. Vicious it is now. Lord have mercy. This is vicious. But I'm bringing it to you because you all keep talking about it. And the people keep asking me. And I tell them, I don't know what to tell you, honey. I don't know what to tell you. This is too much. Does April Thomas know Patrick? Did she ever leave her child in his custody? People are speculating that he molested the child. This is why he kidnapped her and killed her. Because April was going to tell people about the molestation. I don't know if that's true. I will say that's a very vicious rumor, but that is what is true. That is what has been said. Excuse me. Pardon me. That is what's been said about Mr. Starworth and Miss April, that they know each other. Derica and him kept the baby. He molested the child. People are speculating the child was molested. I don't know anything about that. You all speculated there was another father about 2 weeks ago, that he was the one who had the child. This is before the child was ever found deceased. April left with a gentleman that night, suspicious fellow, who was in connection with Mr. McKinney. Somebody that he owed money to. I don't know. You all thought that this other man had the child, who was the original father. You all are saying that Mr. McKinney is not the father. You all are speculating that Mr. McKinney lost custody of the child. That's what this fake hoax kidnapping transpired. Some of you saying it was revenge for Mr. McKinney to take the child and hide her out. Yes, this is what is being said. And how you all derived that Patrick is the father, good God Almighty, I do not know. Where y'all got that from, I do not know. Was there a custody issue between Mr. McKinney and Miss April Thomas? You're speculating that. Could he have said, well, this ain't my baby. I don't mind getting her missing. She ain't mine. I don't know. Is that true? Speculation. Speculating that April and the father willingly sold the child to Mr. Patrick Starworth, and he gave April money for the child. That has been brought up as speculation. Did she no longer want to be a mother? Miss April Thomas. I don't want the baby. And she planned for someone to pick her child up and get rid of her. I do not know. Did she sell her baby? That has been speculated. Speculation that both parents conspired to get rid of the child. Sell the child. I do not know. Was Dominic mad at her for any reason and decided to hide the baby out, but realized it went too far? FBI involved. Nationwide hunt for this child. Now we cannot give the baby back because, as I've always told you all should know the child could never reappear because, one, she could talk. Okay? So if you were thinking that the parent did it for whatever reason, the child could never have came back. Because some speculated that, it was a hoax by the father. He owed a plug. He did this. He did that. He was mad at the mama. He's going to hide the baby out. He made a comment about it, to the news that it'll be a week, blah, blah, blah. Maybe his words got misconstrued. I don't know, but you all dissected his words and assumed he was telling on himself. But we all know, those of us who have a little bit of sense know, he could never have brought the child back if he conspired to kidnap her, because the child could talk. And when the law would talk to the child, if she was to have come back, she would have told where she had been, how many places she went, who was involved, who she saw, who she talked to. So think about it. If one of the parents conspired to get her missing, just temporarily, it was never going to work. It was never going to work. It could not have worked. Now, was there something going on with Patrick and April? You all are adamant that something was going on. These two knew each other. I do not know. I don't even want to think about that because that's just too wicked for me. And the fact that y'all think that he was the father of Mr. Starworth, was the father of Miss Cupcake, that's, woo, baby. That's too much. Lord have mercy. You can go blind from listening to something like this because this is really crazy. But that is what you're saying. Next, the ultimate question. If the father and mother were conspiring, if Mr. McKinney conspired with Mr. Starworth to take his child, because you've made comment about that in the video, him being the guy with the limp in the video, She wouldn't have left with Star Wars because she didn't know him, was unfamiliar with him. He made mention of that in his own commentary to the news. She would never go with anyone else. She was an unfriendly child. I don't know why he would ever mention that because it made no sense. It had nothing to do with the question that the reporter asked. She asked you, describe your child. You say she's unfriendly, and then you go into talking about cars, and she knows all my cars. And I felt like he was reenacting that night. My personal opinion. Could be wrong. Why are you talking about cars? That's not what the lady asked you. Describe your child. You start talking about she would never go with a stranger. It was like he was mentally still there at the scene of the crime. That's just me. But I could be wrong. Do all these people know each other? Because you all are still thinking the mother may have had some involvement. You think the father conspired with Mr. Stallworth. He paid him or asked him to do this favor for him because they knew of each other. And stupidly he did it. Let's just say. You have to be a fool to do that. To get involved in some mess like that. And it came to my attention about, the dump site. On that road where 3 people say they saw him put the child in the car. Mr. McKinney, in the trunk or whatever. Well, someone told me that road's a straight shot to the dump site. I don't know. I don't live in Alabama. Don't live in Birmingham. But that was what has brought to my attention. So, very interesting information. But you all have been seeing commentary in the comment section and on YouTube, social media about RS Mommy Ashley Williams, who threw the party in the projects. Why did she throw the party there? Does she live there? If she didn't live there, why would she throw a party in the projects where she does not live? Why? You all are saying that she knows April. And for those of you who do not know where I'm going with this, all these heathens know each other or know of each other. RS Mommy Ashley Williams knows Paulisha Hale and Dominic McKinney. Paulisha Hale is the second baby mother. They know each other. They were Facebook friends before the child was abducted. That has been seen. It's on paper. Receipts, as y'all love to say. So why did that RS Mommy tell the America people on social media, tried to play crazy about April and not knowing them and woo, I ain't friends with them. I ain't invite nobody from the projects to the party, blah, blah, blah. But yet, you're friends with the other baby mother. So we know how small the world is. At some point, you've seen on Facebook pictures of those children post from the baby father. You're friends with him on Facebook. Even if you weren't directly friends with him, as far as talking to him, you had to have seen a post or two about his life, his children. Cousins talk if they're friends. I'm sure Paulisha Hale has mentioned to Miss Ashley Williams, RS Mommy, Facebook name. Probably told you something about the relationship between her and her baby daddy and the other baby mama and issues. Because we see these people had a lot of ghetto drama going on in their relationships. So who's to say that if Mr. McKinney conspired with Mr. Stallworth to get this child missing, who's to say Miss RS Mommy didn't go run her mouth and go call Paulisha Hale or Dominic to say, hey, your baby out here running around, your son running around, the mama's nowhere around. We haven't seen her. Because some of you are speculating that you are involved, that you the one who got the ball crunk and told or called these people to tell them that little girl was running amok. Is that true? RS Mommy, did you do that? I don't know, because I don't know you. But I know the people are talking. As they say, the street is talking. Shut your mouth. So now all of you who keep commenting and wondering what they are talking about in the comment section about this RS Mommy Ashley Williams, that she knows Paulisha Hale and Mr. Dominic McKinney. Yes, she knows him because she and Paulisha Hale are cousins. So who's to say she didn't get the ball crunk to get Dominic to kidnap his kid with Patrick Stallworth? That is the word on the street. That is the gossip. That is the speculation. I do not know. I'm just bringing it to you, especially for those who just joining in and don't understand what they're talking about in the comment section. And on YouTube itself. Do these people know each other? Did he conspire to get rid of his child? Did the mother know Mr. Stallworth? Mr. Stallworth, excuse me. Did she date him at some time? Is he the father of Cupcake? You all are speculating that, as I said before. A lot of speculations. A lot of you say Mr. McKinney is not the father. Some of you say another man had the baby hid out. I don't know. Some of you think it was over a plug or people he had robbed, that they took the child. Well, he took the child to hide her out to come up with money so he could pay people that he owed. I don't know. But these are the speculations running amok on social media. So, I think I've narrowed down most of these things. But let me say that Mr. McKinney has been implicated in getting rid of his child, conspiring with Mr. Stallworth. Do they know each other? Some of you think Miss April is involved, that maybe she went along with the scheme to get the baby gone for a week or whatever until money was brought up to pay Pookie, Ray Ray, or whomever, or just a come up. Then one guy said to me, Angela, what if it's not about none of that? What if it was just done for greed? What if it ain't about a plug? It ain't about nobody mad at nobody? What if it's just a greedy daddy wanted some money and he used his child as a pawn? I thought about that. Interesting. But now that Mr. Stallworth has been arrested and Mr. Rika Brown has fingered him as the culprit, like I said, I don't know her involvement. Some of you still think that somebody else is involved, especially with the child and children IDing a second car being involved at the scene of the abduction. As I stated, why do you need a second car? So I wanted to make sure I touched base on all these allegations. Now, as far as April's defense, naturally, you all know about the cousin coming forward to the news to say that she was out there watching the child, went in for 3 minutes, came back out, the child was gone. 2 people are verifying on social media that she was at the field. One lady is saying she was there about 6 o'clock. The game was over at 6:30. Then another gentleman is saying his son plays alongside her son. She was there up until about 7, a little bit after 7. So in the time frame that these 2 people are testing, she was there between 6:30 and 7, or a little after 7. Where did she go after that? Did she go back to the Tom Brown housing? How far is the Tom Brown, the apartment that she was at, allegedly watching her child jump up and down in the bouncy house? How far is that location to the park where the child went missing? How far is where the bouncy house was to the park and basketball court? Curious. If you know, drop a comment. Let us know. How far are these apartments from the place where the child went missing? I am curious. America is curious. Very curious. So, now that you know that the person who threw the party knows of April, claiming she didn't know her, but you can at least clear it up and say you do know of her since you are related to the cousin who was the other baby mama. You knew something about her. You may not have been friends with her, but you knew something. Okay. I've brought forth all he said, she said speculations that I can come up with. Weird, and weird. Did these people know each other or not? All these people I have mentioned. Did they know of each other? I just want to make sure I'm reading everything to you. One woman was saying she was with Dominic, waiting on him to get her hair done that night. He was late. She thinks something's fishy about that. She had her friend video, I guess, the conversation, which I don't know why this other lady would need to film that. It's kind of odd. But she's stating he came late to take her to get her hair done or pick her up or something. Who gets their hair done after 8 o'clock? But I forgot we're talking about black folks, so I've seen it done. Folks sitting in the hair salon at 12 o'clock midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Where was he? That's what she's speculating. Where was Mr. Dominic? He's supposed to be coming to get me to get my hair done. I suspect that he may have been involved in helping kidnap his child. Very interesting. Very interesting. Who was this Keita Thomas that's posted stuff on Facebook about Mr. Dominic that she was with him? Didn't give a time frame of that comment or post. But he didn't have access to a phone. And she knew about Miss Paulisha, his other baby mama, who is younger. Basically just making jokes and emojis that she knows all about her. But obviously she don't care. It seems that Mr. Dominic is a very busy fella. That he has been linked to several women. I don't know. People are entitled to do what they want because they're grown. But it would be sad if these people were involved in aiding Mr. Stallworth in getting that child missing and now, as we know, deceased. I've showed you that these people are connected. The female who threw the party, she does know of April Thomas. As she claimed that she didn't know her, but she knew of her. It's a very tricky tale. All this is tricky. All these people connected. Dominic living on the same property as Mr. Rika Brown at some point. Both of them living on this Shadowwood Circle. Dominic lived at 59 Shadowwood Circle at one point, and Derica lived at 18 Shadowwood Circle. Did they live there at the same time? When? Where? How? How many times did Derica live on the property? Was her name in the lease when she got arrested? Or was it in Mr. Stallworth's name? When did Dominic live there? Pictures of him on Facebook, whereas he said he didn't ever live there, know anything about the place. But yet there's a picture of him flashing money. See all the strange behavior. And people are speculating he's involved. And I will say this. Although the two have been arrested, although Derica has now turned on Mr. Stallworth, what information she has given, I do not know because that was not repeated in the press conference with the attorney this morning, with Mr. Stallworth's attorney. But we know she has said something to the authorities pertaining to Mr. Stallworth's involvement in the murder of Miss Camille McKinney. One can only speculate she's gave the beans up. But what you also have to ask yourself is, when did she give the information to the authorities? Did she give it when he bonded out that Thursday after the abduction? Did she feel like, hey, I'm in here, I ain't going nowhere, ain't nobody worried about me, I'm going to go and tell it? Or did she tell when the body was discovered in the dump site? All this is ratchet information. And seeing that these people are now affiliated, at least the one who threw the party, she's affiliated with Mr. Dominic and the other baby mother, Miss Paulisha Hale. It's baffling to me because, like I said, somebody else helped Mr. Stallworth. That child seeing that other car says all I need to hear. Because, like I said, it don't take no two cars to kidnap nobody. I've never heard of a tag team kidnapping duo. Never. A guy getting a girl to ride along, girlfriend, fiance, yes, that has happened. Use the woman as bait to lure the other woman. But with a child, you don't need extra people to kidnap a child because she was a small child. You don't need any help. So why was there another car involved? Mr. McKinney, are you involved in the disappearance of your child and now the murder of Miss Cupcake? People are still speculating and think that he's behind this. You all think that Mr. Stallworth was set up. He is the fall guy. He is the patsy. That dumpster now. We know Mr. McKinney has had some dealings with that property. Could he have been the one that dumped the body there? Because that dumpster is linked to that Woodside condominium. You have access to that area. You know it well. Did you dump the body there yourself? Knowing these two had a background. Derica had a kidnapping charge. He liked young girls. You know, people talk, people tell their business. That we've learned. Drop your comments below. Tell me what you think. It's ratchet, baby. It's ratchet. All I can say is, best thing Derica do is tell the truth. Shame the devil. If she was involved, tell your part and be done with it. If Mr. Stallworth was involved, we will see. They have a court appearance in December. And I'll keep you updated on any new developments. But as I did say, there is a picture running around Facebook with Mr. Dominic and Paulisha's mugshot side by side. It looks like a fake page, a fake article saying they are been arrested for a murder in 2019, but it doesn't say Camille McKinney. Whoever did this, that was wrong. Like I said, you know, they have not been arrested in connection that I've seen. I've seen no news reports today. So whoever put that up, that's a pretty foul move. But see, that just goes to show you how what people will do. They'll throw you under the bus, even if you have not been formally charged or even if you don't have any involvement in the case. But I do feel that Mr. McKinney exacerbated the situation by throwing the baby mother under the bus. I do feel that. He got the ball crunk by talking bad about the mother, then talking about the cousin in his news interview, naming her as the ransomer, doing that live feed about the ransom. Then other people chimed in. That cousin that did the interview, she jumps in with a live feed, naming him as the culprit of the child being missing. But she didn't say that in the interview, though, because she knew he could sue. She knew exactly what she was doing. But why didn't you tell that you thought Dominic did? You already said that you think the family members think that Mr. Stallworth did not kill this baby. So why didn't you name Dominic like you did in your live feed? I'm very curious to that. I find that interesting. But I think you knew it'd be repercussions if you went on a local TV station, throwing that boy out there like that. He could sue you. Not saying people haven't done it before, but y'all say he's greedy. So that would be his opportunity to get some money from the news people, from the news station. See, some of you have exacerbated the situation. That's why people are gossiping and talking on social media. Because, see, Mr. Dominic threw that girl, the baby mother, under the bus, talking bad about the cousin. And so people fed into that and started talking. Then everybody started spinning their web of what they thought was going on and things about them. So everybody chimed in, and that's how people have come to see this information about these two. Are these allegations true about them? I don't know. But it looks bad and it sounds bad. Drop your comments below. Tell me what you think. Thanks for watching, for tuning in, for sharing. If this is an ugly tale, I know some of you wish it was over with. I really wish it was over with. You know, you would think these people arrested, this be the end of it. But as you see, the band is still playing on. Till the next video, I'm out of here.